Cinema Kane coming back at you. This time around, we're going to be talking everything, everywhere, all at once. For a movie this unusual, I felt like it deserved an unusual intro. So yeah, everything, everywhere, all at once from last year. I saw this movie at the tail end of last year. Finally, I missed it in the theater, but I got to see it because I purchased the disc, and that's one thing you'll occasionally hear me say. I still collect physical media. I love movies. I love Blu-rays. I love being able to tangibly hold something and put it into the disc, because the ritual for me is just as much part of the viewing experience as the viewing itself. The thing that I really enjoyed from this film was the melding and mixing of so many different genres. This movie mixes science fiction, it mixes drama, it mixes comedy, it mixes kung fu. All of these things in such a way that you find yourself scratching your head from moment to moment, wondering what's going to happen next. I don't say that to detract from it, because I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, way more than I thought I would. One of the things I want to talk about that I absolutely loved about this movie are the brilliant performances by Michelle Yeoh and Ki Kwan. And I am sorry, but I am completely blanking on who played their daughter, but she was brilliant too. The performances in this are great all the way around. The reason I like them as much as I do, though, is because you realize that every family has its dysfunction. But in this case, the dysfunction is on, ironically enough, a multiversal level. It came out of left field that this would be a movie about a family that was struggling with this, that, or the other. I mean, I won't say what. It's very apparent within the first few minutes, but the struggling nature of the family just paints such a picture of, well, this could be my family, and it's very relatable in that way. The arguing, the back and forth, the struggling with what they happen to be struggling with, all of it is very relatable, but on such a heightened level that you find yourself watching the movie and going, well, they just went from arguing about, the IRS audit that they're going through, to Michelle Yeoh having to do something very strange in order to become herself in another part of the multiverse to escape a situation that she is in the current situation. And that's the interesting thing too about this movie, is some of the ways that you have to get around the multiverse. It could be something like, cutting yourself with paper. It is such a brilliant and unusual film, but I can't recommend it enough. It's so great. So if you get a chance to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, I highly recommend it. The cast, as I said, was great. They give some extraordinary performances. There's some really interesting fight choreography throughout it. The story itself is very unique. I barely touched on anything from the actual story, and I did that intentionally because you should see this movie. So, I'm your host, Cinema Kane. I hope you've enjoyed this review of Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I'll see you next time at the video store. Cinema Kane reminding you to please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please share the video on all your social media, and I'll see you next time at the video store.